Okay, there's my mic. Why isn't... Yeah, mine... I got mine fixed. I don't know why this one's not working. Let me see. Lewis, try talking. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, hey everyone, thanks for standing by with us while we work out this technical difficulty. Okay, Lewis, I think you should be live now.
I'm live now. Woohoo!
How about it, Toasty? Can you hear us both?
She can hear you, and she can hear me. We are good to go.
Perfect. Now let me see if I can get back to the right screen finally. We can skip the intro. We don't need to do that twice. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Looks like we had some technical issues. It happens. It happens.
As long as you don't ask me to walk the plank, I'm good to go.
All right.
Oh, you're on a the character thing on the side. You're not on the text.
There we go. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode. I was going to do this so much differently. Would like to say, hang on, where's my little mini map?
That's exactly how you were saying it, just like that.
Yeah. There we go. Ahoy, mateys! Welcome to this episode of Swashbuckler Series. This is going to be episode 3. Alright. That's right, I'm a motherfucking pirate. We're all pirates up in this bitch. And with me today, my first mate in both this stream and the game, Lewis.
Oi! I'm gonna be shivering some timbers and going for some booty.
Yes, just like that. Announcements for today for the Sunday game, our Dungeon of the Mad Mage campaign. We will not be doing Dungeon of the Mad Mage this Sunday. Instead, we're going to continue on with another... we'll carry on with the adventures of Jimothy and Bartholomew. Or, I should say. Well, maybe only one of them. And maybe a couple other new characters, too. So that's what we're going to do Sunday instead of Mad Mage this week. And then Monday should be back to regular Defenders of the Veil, so we'll see how that goes. That's about it for announcements that I can think of. Lewis, do you have anything?
I don't think you got it.
Cool, so with that, I think we can get into tonight's adventure. Hopefully my getup isn't too warm for me. It's pretty warm in here today. Yes, so previously on Swashbuckler series, when we last left off, we had just picked up after a successful mutiny against Captain Blackmane on the Dirty Delight. Captain Fishlips, I am a hot pirate, thank you very much. Captain Fishlips took over as she led the mutiny, basically. And then she made Traxador her first mate. Traxador got a promotion.
Wasn't trying to, that's for sure.
Yeah, as it turns out, we might find out you just sort of have a knack for being in the right place at the right time, it seems.
Or the wrong place at the right time, or something along those lines.
You're at a place at a time. At a time and place. Anyways, at that point, it was majority, everybody, I can't think of the right word, but everybody's like, alright, let's go get our captured crewmates. And, you know, Fishlips reveals that, you know, they're not going to be in Liberty anymore. They're in a prison off of the island of Hemlock in the faraway island chain. One of the newer, I should say, colonies. They're not new, they've been there for a while. Made your way to...
Making our way?
you made your way to Tempest, the Isle of Tempest, where Traxador had heard a rumor that there was like a hidden cove there. You found a place to ditch the Dirty Delight. Fish Lips had contact on the island. You were able to get passage to, I can never remember the name, Sandport, which is the capital of the faraway island chain. And you had set off. You got to know some of your crewmates too over the course of the voyage to Tempest. You got to know them a little bit better. And then you left half the crew behind. Traxador, along with Jabber, accompanied Captain Fishlips, and their crewmate Graves, I believe, went with as well.
Yep.
To begin working on this rescue mission. So, where we pick up, you are making your approach to the port of Sandport.
Making our approach?
I didn't think you were going to try it, but you proved me wrong. Excuse me while I get my tablet out here.
Toasty made me do it.
This is an old tablet. It loads up slow.
I knew I should have chose Mooswa. Mooswa wouldn't have given me up like that.
Alright. So, you're making your approach towards Sandport. Now this is probably only like the second time you've really been to a larger city, at least came in on a boat like this. And even from this far out, you can tell that everything is completely different than the last time. Now, the last time you were coming into port, you were coming into the capital of Arula on the Arushi Island. And that was a much different scene as you approached. This is what, maybe like 3-4 months ago, probably shortly after, like, you hop on a boat in Fenwa, I believe. Yeah, Fey-touched Isle near where all the elves hang out and whatnot. Not even really sure where this ship is going, but then as you make your approach, this city looms above you. The buildings are huge, opulent, carved of polished marble, and, like, you know, once you come into the port too, just even walking through the main fair, the main way through the city, you know, it's like at every intersection there's a huge sparkly fountain, and, you know, everything, it's just like way over the top, like they're showing off how rich they are. And you'll later learn that not everything in Arushi glitters as such, but that's a story for another time. Honestly, you spent most of your time at the Citadel training to be in you know, the military, and that was kind of interesting. How did that even come about, honestly?
Oh my goodness. Well, we go back to a long, long time ago. Well, not really that long. But anyway, I was off checking out all the sights and looking at all the shiny streets and everything, and looking at everything that looks like money. And I was like, ooh. So then I started going through and stealing everything I can. Actually, was on right around the military area, and was stealing some stuff from one from that particular area. I'd sneak in, steal a few things, stuff like that. And they were investigating what was going on when they saw me one day. So I did this multiple days in a row, just getting cocky. And they were investigating what was going on. They caught me in the area, and it looked like they were going to come to arrest me. And I basically walked up to them and go, "Is this where you signed up to join the military?" And they go, "Why, yes it is. Follow me." And I joined the military out of not wanting to be arrested.
That checks out. I could see that. I know people who have joined the military to avoid jail time, so yeah, so you ended up training there at the Citadel. You eventually learned, like, so basically anywhere in the city, the most prominent thing that stands out is the palace in the center of the city. And it's like raised up, it's high, you can see it from pretty much anywhere. But once you get north of those palatial districts, that's when you start to like hit the slums, and the real wealth disparity begins to show as you go from like this rich, opulent neighborhood into, I mean, literal slums. And the only reason you really know that is because, you know, you had to do drills with your team and whatnot out in the city and doing patrols and things. Otherwise, you never really, you know, went out that way. But that was Arushi, and this is Sandport. And even from out here, so the silhouette of the island has been visible on the horizon for a bit. You've been making your approach. You can see the faint signs of a city as you make your approach, but this is much different. Like, the entire facade just seems to sparkle and glitter and shine, as if like the sun was, you know, lighting a multifaceted gemstone or something like that. But lots of different colors and, you know, just flashes of light as the sun reflects. The other thing that stands out is the pure white sand on the beach. A very thin line that slowly begins to thicken as this charter ship makes its approach. Another nice thing about coming in to port at a city is they actually have harbors there. So you don't have to moor your ship and go in on a longboat. You can just get right into the dock and enter the town that way. And as you approach, as you get closer, the sparkling, the glitteriness, everything that's shining and dancing, the lights, you see that these gems as they appeared aren't gems at all, but windows on the architecture of the city. And the reason that they all sparkle and shine and glitter and such is because nearly everything is composed of intricately designed stained glass. Fish Lips mentioned in passing that glasswork was one of the major exports of this island, of the city at least. And this is like the glass artisan capital of the world. But your ship comes in, and you know it's you, Fish Lips, Graves, a handful of other passengers. You all disembark, and you're kind of standing around there in the harbor. And Jabber too. You mustn't forget about Jabber. But yeah, so you guys come up, and Fish Lips, she's all like, alright, so I gotta take care of a couple things here. Gotta make up for, gotta, you know, do the payment for our little charter here. Told Bobby I'd you know, make a delivery for him. Bobby's not canon. But yeah, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna take Graves with me. Now, if I was, you know, like a rulesy type, I'd say I want you to go and start getting some intel about this prison that we have to infiltrate. But seeing as how we just got here on the shore, and I highly doubt you've ever been here before, why don't you take some time there, buddy Doc, and explore. Check out the city. I think you'll like it.
It does look kind of interesting. Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Alright. So it's about high noon now. Why don't we meet back here at like 1700?
Sounds good. A few hours of gallivanting.
Yeah, and she looks around and let's see. Where's my tavern table?
In the tavern.
That's the only downside with this other book is like there's so many tables. Let's see if this is it. Yes, here we go. So is this thing gonna roll? Come on. Sorry, Roll20 is acting up. Not surprised. There we go. Alright, I rolled... Wait, hang on. Okay.
Maybe it goes by 2 names.
Yep. So, as Fish Lips kind of peers around the dock, she sees one called the Naughty Wizard. Points to it. Alright, that's the place. We'll meet back there at 1700.
Aye, Captain.
Alright, so, Fish Lips, you know, she like nods towards Graves, and they begin heading off. So something else that you noticed when making the final approach is like beyond the walls, beyond the city, like to the north and to the east, is a tall mountain range that ends in sheer cliffs that cascade like all along the eastern coast of the island. Meanwhile, along the western coast, let's see if you can see my mouse. Along the western coast of the island over here, that's all like forest and jungle, and you know, that's dangerous area out of town. Can be, I guess. So they head off. What would you like to do? How would you like to go about exploring this city?
Well, I would first like to go locate the resident thieves guild.
Okay, that's a good idea. Maybe a good check for that. About, let's see, I know that you've got, I forget, you got like good deception. But actually, I think you would be looking more for like a marker or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and make like perception check to see, because like this is a main, like you're right there in the harbor. So like if there is a local thieves guild, there would most definitely be some kind of a sign here. And I think with your 16 perception check, yeah, you find some thieves' cant. It's kind of you know, just symbols, but you recognize it, and it's kind of like a map, sort of, not really a map, but more like directions. So you can tell by this particular symbol that you have to go like 30 paces northwest, and then, you know, look for the next direction. And so you can do this, and since you know what to look for and whatnot, you don't have any problem following the signs through the city, and before long you find yourself in actually, why don't you make another perception check, and have Jabber make one too, please.
Good thing I'm having help.
I apologize if I keep bumping my mic. It's a big hat.
Yeah. 9 for me, 10 for Jabber.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's fine. So yeah, big hat. You find yourself you find yourself in a dark alley after probably, oh, you know what? Actually,
Find it myself.
While you're doing that, can you make 3 percentile dice rolls, please?
$74, $12, $39.
Okay, so what that means is that something happened while you were going through the city and following the signs.
I saw the sign.
This book is all tables. It's all tables.
Must be a very thick book.
Probably
It was made
is.
up of tables.
Alright, here we are. I found it. Lewis, would you do me the honor of rolling another D100, please?
I will do you the honor. 18.
So, you're traversing through the streets of Sandport, and you're following the Thieves' Cant directions to locate the local Thieves Guild. And the directions lead you down a side street, and there's a lot of activity going on out there. There's people hanging banners and flags. They're setting up like an impromptu stage. They're blocking off a fight pit kind of thing. And somebody, like, you know, they see you like starting to walk, like coming through, and somebody is like, hey buddy, can you help us get set up over here? We gotta get this block party going for tomorrow.
If you have till tomorrow, don't you have plenty of time?
Yeah, well, we got lots to do. We've got all these banners we have to hang up. We got all these signs we gotta post. We got lots of food. Like our kitchens are like doing overtime right now with the baked goods. Like, we're trying to get everything all set for this party. I just need a little bit of manpower. You think you could spare like a couple hours?
I talk to him, and while I'm talking to him, I give him a couple of Thieves' Cant signs to see if, you know, nonchalantly, to see if he responds at all.
Okay, why don't you make an insight check?
11.
Yeah, if he notices any signs, he's not making any sort of... He's not making it noticeable. Like, you don't think that this guy has anything to do with like the Thieves Guild?
I could probably spare an hour, but I had just arrived here. My captain has me on a mission.
Hey, all right, no worries, buddy. Just thought I'd ask, so you're passing through. No worries. Maybe swing by the block party tomorrow. We'll have some cake and stuff.
So, would you like to at least an hour's worth of help, or?
Well, I mean, if you want to, you can. I thought you said you had other stuff to do.
No, I have plenty of stuff to do, but I said, I could give like an hour, maybe, not a couple hours.
Okay. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, here. help us out. We gotta finish building the stage over here. They could use a hand, just like basically like a spotter and whatnot. He kind of trails off as he explains what needs to be done, and you spend the next hour assisting Frederick. You discover his name to be, and yeah, and you know, he shakes hands like, hey buddy, maybe we can grab a drink later on or something. Thank you so much for your help. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, hope you have fun at your party.
Oh, we will. It's a blast every year.
And I continue on my journey.
So, yeah, that's the only thing that waylays you as you traverse the streets of Sandport. And yes, you find yourself in that darkened alley. And yeah, you find yourself just, it's a dead end. The trail goes cold here.
So there's no other markings in this alley?
There are no other markings.
I look up.
Make a perception check.
13.
So as you look up, at that moment you feel a hand on your shoulder.
I whip around with the dagger out.
Whoa there, buddy, relax. And as you whip around, you notice that you're met with another dagger, like your daggers meet, so to speak. It's a weird kind of sword fight. But yeah, you see a guy with rugged, like real rough looking, missing some teeth, squints. He's like, what are you poking around here for, pal?
Just checking out the sights, and I give him a couple of, signs, thieves can't, hidden into my movement.
Well, and like he kind of grins and nods at his compatriot who is standing a few paces behind him. Yeah, good to. This is quite the spot there, isn't it, there, pal? And he begins to put his dagger away. Like, here, let me help you out with that. And he begins to like kind of walk past you towards like the dead end of the alleyway.
Okay.
Do you?
I follow.
Okay.
And Jabber walks behind the other guy.
So he goes up to the dead end. He kind of glances back at you, gives you a little wink. He reaches up and presses on one of the bricks. You notice it's slightly discolored, but I mean, it doesn't really stand out all that much unless you're looking for it. And as he does, the not the wall in front where he pressed the brick, but the wall to, like if you're facing the dead end, it'd be the wall to your right, slides open, and there's like not even a passageway, it just leads directly to stairs, and these stairs go down, and it's pretty dark, but you can see that the way is sparsely lit with torches. And the guy gestures, right this way, brother.
Alright, I'll follow.
He's holding the door for you.
Oh, okay. Then I go, but I'm cautious, looking for most likely traps, because they're probably going to test me going down.
Okay. So, you are being cautious. You are being careful. You can make a perception check to, you know, check for any traps or anything that might...
15.
Oh, I don't have a d20 out. Alright, and you actually do not find any traps. But the first gentleman, like, waits, he holds the door for everybody. And once his compatriot and Jabber are through, he'll, like, step in and, you know, reseal the passage. As you make your way down, it's dark. You're underground. The walls of whatever are dripping with, you know, condensation and whatnot. This is a rather, like, tropical region, so it's pretty warm out. And so, like, you know, there's a lot of trapped humidity underground here as well. But the walls drip and the stairs creak and you make your way down. And as you descend, you begin to hear, like, voices. Nothing, like, crazy. It's mostly, like, people talking. You hear, like, some, like, singing and whatnot. And yeah, this is it. It's so if you played, like, Skyrim, I think it was Skyrim, like, they had that thieves guild that was, like, underground, and there's, like, all these, like, waterways and stuff and whatnot, lots of, like, canal type stuff. It's kind of like that. It's very similar to that. That's exactly what I'm picturing as I picture this thieves guild in a you know, white sand beach town.
Sounds good.
It's all white and sparkly and bright and shiny on the outside, but you go underneath and you get into the dark underbelly. And yeah. So, the first guy, once you're, like, down in the main hub, as it were, he gestures. All right, so you must be new in town then, eh?
That's right. Figured new to the area. Just come let you guys know I'm here. Find out if there's any areas where I should not touch, and see if I can get some information from you guys.
For sure, yeah. Yeah. Well, he points to a small, like, kind of like shanty, but bigger. He says, "All right, well, boss is probably in there, so you go let him know."
Thank you much, brother. Until we see each other again.
And he gives a like, sign off in Thieves' Cant. Just a little more obscure sign off, but you pick it up.
So I make my way into see the boss man.
Yep, and so, yeah, the boss is sitting, kind of lounging back. He's got, you know, a few ladies, like, performing some play or something. You could make a history check to see if you recognize it, if you want to. But
Oh, I'm gonna be so good at this. A 2. But if I have disadvantage, a 2.
Oh yeah, this is definitely like a Titanic. I don't know. It's something. Okay. You have no idea. But he like kind of claps his hands and the actors halt. And he looks over at you like, "Oh, what do we have here? Fresh meat? New in town, what's your name?"
Name's Traxador. I just sailed in. Gonna be here for a little bit. Figured I'd come and pay my respects. Find out any areas where I should not touch. Find out what the tax is, and also see if I get some information.
Alright, very good, very good. I always quite enjoy it when travelers stop in, and I hate to have to, like, discover you in other ways, right? It can get kind of messy.
I don't like messing. I always try to introduce myself.
Yes, we don't like messes around here either. No, what to avoid? I mean, really, there's not too many places that you must absolutely avoid. You'll see signs. You'll know the places to avoid. I presume you managed to find your way here.
I know my way around places.
Now, if you're looking for a score, I'd check out the Fishbowl. It's the busiest, richest part of the city. Or it's in the richest, busiest part of the city, I should say. It's a popular restaurant, but you could probably find some good marks there. The tax is simple. Whatever you procure, 10% goes to the guild. Capiche?
Capiche.
Alright, sounds good, Trax. You keep yourself out of trouble.
And I will have some information I'd like to ask, and hopefully it won't cost me too much.
Well, you can always ask. Answers aren't always free. Questions are free. Answers not always.
Hemlock. Heading there. 1. Is there anybody you want out? 2. Easiest way to get in. Well, I know the easiest way to get in. Easiest way to get in to get people out.
Okay, hang on. You had me going for a second there. You don't want Hemlock. You want the island off of Hemlock where they got that prison. It's little, not even on the maps really. It's so small, but it's right off of there. Hemlock. That's another one of those hoity-toities. Like this whole chain is named after merchant houses. Unreal, right? But yeah, that prison you want. Yeah, it's just off the coast of Hemlock, and you know, information about a prison, that's not going to come cheap. I'm sure you can understand the risks of procuring such information to begin with, right?
Oh, I understand. You know, and I'm also willing to if you have somebody on the inside, when I go get our people out from the inside, helping release them as well. So there is that part.
Yeah. Now, once they get past those walls, pretty much useless to me at that point. You know, the prisoners don't do so well over there.
I'm hoping that they haven't been there long enough to get useless. My former captain did something stupid and got a lot of our crew taken away. And our new captain wants our crew back.
He kind of smirks a little bit, like, old captain, new captain. Okay, I think I follow you, matey. He kind of smirks. All right. Well, like I said, information about that island is not going to come cheap. We can try to dig up some things, but I'm going to need you to do something for me.
What you got?
Right now, I don't have anything, but I will. Why don't you come back here? Or, actually, maybe not even. You don't have to leave. You can hang out. Not in here. Go hang out there with, get to know some of the other guys around here, maybe. If you want. Or don't, I don't care. But yeah. I'm waiting on some intel. And then, if you can do something for me, I think we can do something for you.
Sounds good. I'll go out and have me a drink. Thank you much, boss.
And he claps his hands, and the show resumes.
And I go out there, order me a drink, and then I tell the barkeep to send whatever the boss drinks into him, and I'll pay for both drinks.
All right. So, yeah, they charge you like 2 silvers.
I give him a gold and say, keep him coming.
Okay. So, I need to roll some more dice.
Ooh, can we roll percentiles in chat?
I don't know. I don't think I have that thing.
Ooh, because we could have, if we get that, we could have chat roll for sometime.
Yeah, I'd have to figure out how to set that up with Nightbot. I know I've seen it in other channels. And that won't do. So, you are kind of hanging out, and maybe an hour, maybe another hour goes by. So it's been, what, like 3.5 hours? So you still have another hour and a half before you're supposed to meet up with the captain back at the whatever it was called.
Yep.
But a few minutes, well, it's been a bit. So then the door, like, you've noticed some traffic going between, like, going into the boss's office, as it were, and whatnot while you were hanging out. And it's at this point when somebody comes out and beckons for you, like, hey, there a taxi door out here?
Right here. I head on over.
Alright, the boss will see you now.
Thanks. Head on in. So I wanted to ask if he had an offer I couldn't refuse, but he resisted.
Oh, there we go. Hey there. So, how you doing?
Doing well.
Alright, I'm gonna cut to the chase. Remember I mentioned the fishbowl to you?
Aye.
There's a certain what's the word? Customer is carrying around a very, very valuable gemstone. And I need that. You can get me that gemstone, and I can get you some intel. I can get you... It's not a blueprint, but it's a map of sorts. You can at least give you some ideas on how to infiltrate the place.
Sounds good. What's the guy look like? Or a name, and I could find him from there.
So the name is Dirk Fentcorn.
Bent corn?
Fentcorn with an F. And he's one of those affluent types. He likes to stand out in a crowd. He's got that ego. And a lot of that ego comes just from the fact that he's got some wealth. Otherwise, the guy's a real douche. But there's not much that money can't buy, and well, he takes care of himself that way. But that gem, you might have heard of it. The opal cat's eye. You can make a history check if you want.
He has the opal cat's eye.
Mm-hmm.
12. I don't know if I'm just faking this or if I know something.
You don't really know a whole lot about like precious gemstones, but
Well, I'm a jeweler.
oh well, okay, then you do. So
Wait. Never mind. Wrong character.
oh, okay.
No, I
So
don't.
you are not a jeweler, but that's okay. This is a well-known, like, think of like the Pink Panther kind of thing. It's known enough where like you might have heard of this large gem, and yeah, you've heard of it. You've never seen it.
Probably thought it was made up.
Yeah, with a 12, yeah, you probably thought it was made up. But the boss here seems to think it's pretty real, so. But yeah, so Dirk Fentcorn, human, and short, receding hair. Probably in his like late 40s, 50s, early 50s. But yeah, the guy stands out. You get that gem for me, we got a deal.
Oh. Whenever he was talking about the gem, did he actually hold like a hand motion showing about the size of the gem?
Sure. Yeah, so it's not a particularly huge gem. I'd say maybe about the size of like a $50.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, cool.
But like it's what you know of it, it's not like really huge, and it's not exactly like the most precious gemstones either, but it's the way it's carved, and something about the design and the carving is what sets this particular jewel apart from the rest.
Alrighty. Be back in a bit.
Alright. So now you have to find the fishbowl.
Yep, and on the way to finding the fishbowl, I'm going to look for a jeweler and find the cheapest gem about the same size. I don't care how tacky it looks. I'm not going for quality. I'm going for cheap and approximated size.
Why don't you give me a wisdom check? Have Jabber make one too.
Sad. He's more wise than I am.
So, Traxador, when Jabber wants to communicate something to you, how exactly does he do that?
A lot of times he would go up and like grab a hold of my pant leg and like pull down. Just like, hey.
Okay, so you get back to like the main thoroughfare where like there's lots of merchants and merchant stalls, and there's food vendors. There's lots of interesting smells. Mouth-watering. You realize as it comes to mind that you haven't really eaten in a while, probably since back on the ship. But you do find a jewelry shop, and again, like, all of the windows everywhere are stained glass, and not necessarily pertinent to what they are on. Like the jewelry shop, like the stained glass depictions there, the scenes. It's so it varies from store to store. You'll see like scenes where it shows like dragons or an epic battle or something like that, but then you'll find other ones where it's just different geometric patterns and shapes, and it's just the artistry in the glass, and it stands out. And as you're about to walk into this jeweler's shop, Jabber like grabs your pant leg and like kind of gives you a little tug, and he like points like with his snout further on down the road, and you see a larger, like, so the streets aren't really marked here, but there is a large sign at this intersection that says the Avenue of Glass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always, whenever you were talking about the stained glass, I'm like, that would be actually what I'm looking for, not a gem.
Mm-hmm. So with that, you can kind of, you think about it, it's like, oh shit, yeah, why waste money on a gem when I could just get some glass?
Yeah, so I go up someplace, everything down one of the little areas, and looking for a glass vendor who has some kind of glass that's about that same general-esque size.
So yeah, you start going through there. There's a very distinctive smell in the air from all of the glass blowing and whatnot that occurs around here. But yeah, I mean, you don't have any problem finding a merchant with samples, one could say. Maybe just like for like, that you would use to put together like a stained glass window, for example, just one of the little segments or something. But yeah, you can find some glass relatively easy, and I mean, probably charge like 3 copper for it.
Yeah.
Now the only downside is, like, you have this glass that you figure to be about the right like size, shape. Is the only thing that you're worried about now is if it's got the right kind of mass.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab a couple of different pieces and just like hold a couple of them in my hands, like toss them between each other in my hands and stuff, and just see which one fills. Because I don't know how much that one weighs, but I've held a gem or two.
Mm-hmm. So you can kind of guess.
So I try to, guesstimate the right one, and then give him his 3 copper. And
Yeah.
while I'm there, it's like I give him another copper piece and ask him where the fishbowl is.
Sorry, my tablet's being uncooperative. Alright, there we go. So yeah, he takes the extra copper, nods, he gives you the directions. Kind of gives you like a second look, because, well, based on what the leader of the Thieves Guild told you, and you know, it's like an upper class kind of place, and you're not really dressed for that. You might stand out a bit.
I'm not going to stand out, no. Because on the way there are other carts. So, on the way there, I'm going to stop by a couple different food vendors, grab a couple of different small things from the local area, trying it out, seeing how I like it. And also looking for a tailor, someplace with some nice, at least cloak, something fancy. You know, I like fancy, so I just am not able to necessarily wear them on ship, but
yeah, you don't really have any problem finding stuff like that. And we'll say, like, altogether it probably costs like, I don't know, like a gold and 4 silver. It's probably about what you spend with all that stuff.
okay.
Maybe. I don't know, does that sound right?
Yeah. I'll even spend 3 gold, 4 silver, or 4 silver, just to get a little bit fancier.
Okay. You can do that.
Then I make a quick little changeover and get myself all debonair.
Alright.
And make my way to the fishbowl.
Okay, and I think that would be a good spot to go and take a little break.
Go.
Alright, so yeah, we're gonna do that. Don't go anywhere. We will be back in a few minutes. And hope you're enjoying Sandport.
See if I die.
It's warm, okay? And you're not even... I don't think I'm live. Oh no, I am. But you're not, hang on. Boom, there we go. All
Now
right.
I'm live.
Yes. And we have returned from the break.
Let's see how fast I can get myself killed.
Nah, it's not that fast.
Depends on the rolls.
Mustn't forget my sweet, sweet pirate hat. Okay, so you make your way to the fishbowl. So, there it is. So you can tell as you approach why it kind of gets its name. The fishbowl's walls curve outward and are largely composed of thick and beautifully colored and patterned glass made by the most skilled craftspeople on the island. And as you approach, you can see, people inside, and it kind of has that like fish eye sort of effect. Like, you kind of feel like you're looking into a fishbowl. Meanwhile, the people inside sort of feel like they're looking out of one, as people like pass by and gawk, as it were. But yeah, you make it up to the fishbowl. What are you going to do?
I walk up to the maitre d', and I'm hoping that they have a list of something of people, of reservations, and I'm going to try to sneak a peek at that.
Okay. So, there most certainly is a list, and as you approach, she's like, "Ah, yes, good evening, sir. You have a reservation." And you can glance at the list, and so I'll have you make a perception check, but
What?
I was gonna say add your dex to it instead of wisdom.
Okay, so that'll be an extra 3 to that, so 25.
Since it's like a sleight of hand kind of perception. It's like a sneaky perception. So that's why I'm rolling it that way.
Sounds good.
Don't at me. And yeah, why don't we find a fun random name? This random name generator.
My name is Toasty Cat.
Nope.
My name is Mooswa.
Nope. You will not besmirch our viewers.
How about Mooswa Toasty Cat?
Going to my name generator. Why am I doing it this way? I've got a bookmark. I had a bookmark. Oh.
See? Even categories. Sounds like a good name.
Alright. Yeah, so you glance at the maitre d's list and you see the name Youngwater.
Young water, please. Can you make it snappy? I am very hungry.
Absolutely, sir. And the rest of your party will be arriving shortly then?
Yeah, they like to be fashionably late.
Very well, good sir. I'm gonna have you make a deception check.
With advantage.
And why would you have advantage?
Because I rolled higher on advantage.
I see.
A 10.
How about I will do a straight D20 roll for the maitre d'. Very good, sir. Yes, I will seat you, and then we can seat the rest of your party when they arrive. And this is the kind of guy, like squinty eyes. Like, it looks like his eyes are, like, closed, but, like, he sees just fine. And, like, you know, it's, like, the short, tucked hair. Not tucked, but, you know, it's all, like, cut real short and neat. And, you know, he wears, like, a suit jacket and a fancy bow tie. And, you know, all the accoutrements that you would expect from a fancy restaurant such as this.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. Yes.
And on the way in, I'm keeping an eye out for Mr. Dirk.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and make a perception check for that one.
17.
Oh yeah, you have no problem clocking him. He's with he's got a group. It's loud, boisterous. I think every so often you'll hear like some glasses like jingle, and then everybody starts laughing. It's really quite obnoxious. But yeah, you find your mark, no problem.
And there is a bar here too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Any fancy place, any place that's fancy enough to be called the Fishbowl has got to have a bar.
Okay, so I walk up to the bar, go up to the bartender, and say, I would like one of whatever Dirk Finthcorn drinks, please. And, you know, I'll give him, you know, I'll throw him 5 gold pieces.
Okay. I could have sworn there was like a fantasy drink generator.
The fantasy drink generator, the Toasty Mooswa.
That's it. That's the drink, the Toasty Mooswa. Okay, yeah, so the Toasty Mooswa, then coming right up, sir. And he makes the drink and, shall we bill it to your, table then? What table are you at there, sir?
And, I let him know it's, I'll point out the table.
I think it was Young Water.
Yeah.
Very good, sir. So, he goes to making the drink, and unsurprisingly, it takes a little bit longer than you'd think it should, but it's made and set before you.
Thank you. And I grab that, and also grab a empty glass that somebody's finished drinking. I'm gonna grab that too, and head on over to Dirk Fintzkorn.
Just for fun, can you give me a sleight of hand? Oh yeah, so you just scoop up his like half-empty drink, and
I was just like, when where they're done with it and it's on the, bar for the barkeeper to take. That's what I was wanting. Nothing that's really somebody's, but hey, I'll take somebody's drink.
oh, okay, well you can grab an empty glass too, that's fine.
And I head on over to Ventwater.
Okay. So as you approach, a couple of burly types step up and like, whoa, whoa, whoa there, buddy. Where do you think you're going?
Heading over to Fenty.
Why? He's not expecting you. Whoever you are.
I'm Youngwater, and he isn't expecting me. How would I know what he drinks? And I hold up his drink.
Okay, so you can make a deception check with advantage.
Okay, so 18, and with advantage I have an 18.
So the bouncer, as it were, he kind of looks around, and he notices every seat at the table is occupied. But he kind of shrugs, like, well, he got his drink, I guess. You know what? I thought the name's familiar, but because you are not what I pictured at all. Okay, yeah, you can come through, I guess, and they part and allow you to pass.
I go on over and everything, and wait back a little bit until somebody tells a joke that's really funny, or they think is funny, and I laugh and go over and go, a drink for you there, Finty. It's been a long time.
I'm sorry. Can't say I've ever met a rabbit man before.
You could not have been that drunk. You handle your liquor very well.
Why don't you go with persuasion on that one?
Oh, come on. I'm lying. I rolled a 16.
Well, you know, you're probably right there. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
I am Travis Younggun.
Okay, dude.
Switching up because he probably knows Youngwater.
Good idea. You still have to make a deception check, but this time you won't be making it with disadvantage.
Yeah. Good thing I wasn't making it with disadvantage.
Young Gun, that's an interesting name. Yeah, I can't remember that. Anyways, what brings you by here, chap?
Just in town, saw you over here. Figured I'd bring you a drink that you always ordered whenever I was around, and you know, just just wish you a happy evening. You know, and I go up and I reach. You know, I put his drink down, and I go out and reach for his hand to, to shake him, to shake it, not him.
Sure, he will take your hand.
And I would like to see, while I'm talking to him, if I can spot the gem I'm supposed to be borrowing from him.
You can make a perception check, but it will be at disadvantage.
11.
Yeah, you don't see any gem out in the open. He's like...
expected to be out in the open. I was hoping you would see like a proper bulge and like around his neck, or in a pocket, or...
Yeah, not quite, unfortunately. So, how have you been there, mate? It must have been what, at least a few years, eh?
4, if I think of it correctly.
Oh, that checks out. That was back in me heavy drinking days.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can do with this. Don't see anything I can do. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to watch his eyes, watch his hands, watch his body language.
Okay.
And everything else, like, are you still, out there shopping for unique gems?
Okay, so you're looking for like visual cues.
Visual cues, like if he's like going and reaching, like at a pocket, or reaching around, to his chest or something, or looking, his eye moves to a certain side of his body.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a perception check with that one.
I do not have inspiration. Just have to roll and hope I get good. Whew, there we go. 23.
Sure, so when you say that, he his left arm kind of like twitches slightly, and he glances down at his breast pocket just for a second.
Yeah, like a minute second, yeah.
It's almost imperceptible, except to your well-trained eyes.
I was over in, where was the place where I did my military training?
The Citadel in Arula.
I was in Arula, and this one guy had this blue diamond that was probably the size of my fist. That he, and I had it checked out, and it was very nice. And whenever I first saw it, I thought you would really enjoy something like that. Still haven't gotten it yet, but I was traveling and didn't want to take it with me, but I'm probably gonna be heading back. But man, whenever I saw that, I'm like, you have an eye. So I knew you would enjoy it.
Well, yeah, I certainly do. That's interesting. I'm not... So that's gonna be a deception check, right? Yeah.
22 or 22 if I have disadvantage.
The blue diamond, you say, old friend? Back up in Arula.
Yeah, it was something to see.
Well, I mean, I believe that, but something that precious is surely under lock and key by the king.
Yeah, I don't know where he got it, but it was a reputable vendor, and he was looking to sell it. So I'm not sure, why it was not with the king.
I'll let my people look into it. Thanks for the tip, old pal.
Well, not a problem. I don't want to keep you from your guests. And I go over and I, give him a pat on the back and everything, and just do a sleight of hand check and slide mine in for his and his out for me.
All right, let's do it. He's been drinking. But you're going this is right on his person, so
it's right on his person, yes.
So call it we'll just do a straight check on it. It's normally being drunk would give you advantage.
17.
Now, what would he roll? Let's see.
Perception?
Yeah, maybe a perception.
And his wisdom is a 10, and he has a minus 16 on his roll.
So he's got a +2 on his wisdom.
That's not good.
And that would be a 19 then, altogether. And he feels your hand slip into his pocket. He's like, whoa, hey, buddy, I don't swing that way, pal. I don't know how they do it, or by you, but the ladies, my friend. I'm interested in the ladies.
No, I guess I've had a few too many. So, did I at least get it out and put the, because I was putting one in and taking one out. I know he caught me, but
let's let luck decide. So give me a
okay. So I think Toasty says yes, and Toasty is luck.
So if you roll a d20 and get higher than, if you get 11 or higher on a d20, or a 10 or higher.
Ha ha ha! See, Toasty got me that 11.
And with that, yes, you did manage to make the switch. And even though he noticed you making some kind of switch, the fact that there's still an object in his pocket that matches what was there, he doesn't really think much of it.
Anyway, like I said, and I need to cut off on the alcohol. Great seeing you again. And if I don't beat you to it, I might pick up that diamond myself if I travel back that way. Anyway, have yourself a good night.
You too, my friend. It was good seeing you.
Good seeing you too. And I walk away and get into the crowd and stealth.
Alright. And yes, you easily blend into the crowd. But it is nearly 1700 hours. And you have to meet back up with your captain.
How the Toasty, the Toasty, wow. The fishbowl and the fishbowl location, Thieves Guild location, and the bar location. Am I closer to the bar? Am I closer to the bar, or am I closer to the Thieves Guild?
You're more likely closer to the bar because the richer neighborhoods are going to be closer to the water.
Okay. Then I will head towards the bar.
Okay. Getting back to my tavern tables.
I don't need to drink anymore. I was a little drunk there.
Okay. So here we are at the Naughty Wizard. And let's see, just what kind of a place is this? We're gonna make some dice rolls. So why don't you give me 5 individual D10 rolls, please?
10, 7, 2, 1, 9.
Mm-hmm. 10, 7, 1, 2, 9.
10, 7, 2, 1, 9.
Okay, 10, 7, 2, 1, 9. So this is despite the name, The quality of the bar seems pretty good. It's nice in there. It's actually really large. You could tell they looks like they've got lots of rooms for rent. The innkeep is a female halfling, and she's, you know, doing the typical polishing the glass with the dirty rag, as you would expect when you walk into a tavern. And when you do walk in, she's very warm and welcoming. She's like, "Oh, hi there, sugar! Welcome to the Naughty Wizard. Why don't you come up and grab yourself a seat?"
I walk in, scan the area for the shipmates if they are there.
Oh yeah, you see Fish Lips and Graves sitting in a darker corner. And this place, it's not super dark in here. It's relatively well lit. It's like it's not a nice establishment, but again, it's definitely better than the kinds of places you normally find yourself in.
Alrighty.
Oop. Hang on.
What was I gonna say? I just asked for an ale and pointed over to the table where I'm heading.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, absolutely, sugar. Here you go. It'd be 2 copper.
I might give her 4.
Well, aren't you just the sweetest? Thank you, love.
Head on over, going, Captain, nice to see you. I will have some information for you here in a couple hours.
Excellent. Good job there. What'd you find out? Anything, what'd you do? You find anything interesting around the city?
Yeah, I found a contact that knew a couple things about the place, and I should have a general layout of the prison here in a little bit. I was heading over there and then saw the time. I figured I'd come. Don't want to piss off old Fish Lips, so I figured I'd come here first.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Good thinking there, first mate. Good. Look, so this place here, they got probably like 20 some odd rooms available. You still might want to grab one before heading out, just to make sure they don't fill up. A place like this probably fills up quite often. You look around and here it's kind of nice.
We'll do that.
Yeah, go ahead, go get yourself a room, and then take care of that business, and then, you know, I want you back here before midnight though, because
for sure.
Yeah, we gotta have some organizing to do.
I head on up to my nice little halfling lady.
Oh, hey there, sugar. What you need? Did you need another drink there, hon?
I'm fine on the drink right now, but figured I'd stay the night here. Seems rather nice, and I figured if you had a room left, I'd snag that up.
Oh, for sure there, honey. We got plenty of rooms. Where's my rooms? Say, it's 10 silver for one of our rooms.
10 silver, so 1 gold.
Yeah, you know that. Gotta keep it for like trying to be more like inclusive rather than exclusive. There aren't that many people that carry gold around, you know.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I hand her a gold.
Good, good. All right, and yeah. So she kind of ducks down behind the counter, and you hear a little bit of a commotion as like things are like clattering, and she pulls out a key. It's like, all right, here you go. This one's up, third floor, end of the hall.
Thank you. And I make my way up to.
Making my way.
Actually, I will give her. Whenever I give her the gold, I also give her 5 more silver.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, sweetheart. That's how you get the
Not a
special
problem.
treatment.
And you know, there's no rabbit folk staying in this place.
Honey, I have never seen anyone who looks like you before, ever.
Appreciate it, beautiful.
Alright, now you stay out of trouble.
Always. And I head up to my room, take off my new outfit that I bought, put on my old stuff, and making my way to the Thieves Guild.
Sure, and you have no problem. You even getting turned around and stuff, like you know where to find the signs, and you find your way there. You find the slightly discolored brick and make your way down the stairs, descending into the thieves' den, as it were. It's pretty quiet. Most of the activity is died down. Either that or, you know, people are out doing jobs or maybe just passed out. But I mean, it's not really that late. It's probably like, you know, you're probably there at the inn for about an hour maybe, going over stuff, getting probably not even that long to be honest. But the sun is definitely down by now.
And I go up and make sure it's alright to go in and see the boss.
Sure, you knock. Somebody sticks their head out, like, oh, it's you. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Ah, yes, Draxador. You've returned, I see. What? You got some good news for me, I hope.
Went out, I took a look at the area, and I think it's definitely possible to do that. I reach my hand out on the table, and I spin the gem right on this table.
It's a cat's eye opal. Beautiful, beautiful. Hope you didn't have to stab him, though. Kind of hope you did. Either way, good. You provided.
As far as he knows, he still has it.
That's probably better for the chump, isn't it? Alright. Very good, very good. You held up your end of the bargain, and I will hold up mine, of course. And he reaches his hand out, and one of his lackeys places a rolled up scroll into his outstretched hand. Yeah.
And when I place the gem on the table, it's probably the first time I actually really see and get a good look at it. So what's so special about it?
So, it's a multicolored gemstone. It's mostly like jade, from what you can tell. It's not pure, but the way that it's cut, it perfectly resembles a cat's eye, and with the way that the light hits it, you know, and it's pretty dark in here, so you're not really seeing it to its full potential, but you can kind of see like how the different refractions from the light shine and glitter off it. It's just it's more of a like it's more of a piece of art than like a gemstone, right? Like typically when you think of gemstones, you're thinking like diamonds or, you know, sapphires and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But this is more, it's definitely a gemstone, but it's more of like an art piece.
Cool.
But it's very beautiful. It's beautiful stone, and you do see it. But yes, he hands a rolled up scroll to you, puts it in your hand. Alright. It's about the best we can get. You got the basic layout. There's a few different entry points. Some are more closely protected than others. And I got a guy on Hemlock. You did well. You get yourself over to him, and he might be able to find you a way in.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yeah. His name is Rivers. Rivers Slothblog. He works at one of the fisheries over there on the island. Gangly. Reeks of halibut. But just give him a, you know, he knows the signs.
Cool, thank you. And I give him the sign of respect and thanks and head on out.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 more percentile die rolls to see if anything interesting happens to you while you are returning back to the Naughty Wizard.
And of course it has.
Yes, but an encounter here doesn't necessarily mean combat.
Nope. Is it going to be 5 more D10s?
No. Here we go. I just need another D100.
83.
I'm beginning to sense a little bit of a theme. So you are walking back towards the Naughty Wizard, and you pass a temple. And as you do, as you're walking past, a street urchin runs out. So, Mister, please, can you volunteer? We need some help here in the temple. We just need a little bit of it's the equinox service, and we're doing a. What would be the equinox? I'm thinking eclipse. Yes, it's the eclipse service, and we are, in need of extra ushers. Please, sir, just an hour.
Tell you what, I flip a gold coin and go, you can hire somebody.
Okay, thank you, most generous sir. Thank you. And he shuffles back into the temple. But the rest of your journey is otherwise unimpeded. You see drunks roaming the street, laughing, couples making out in like dark corners and whatnot. It's
A couple. Do we have any well-off drunks?
Why don't you make a perception check?
14.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot. So a lot of these people, you can tell, are of like the tourist variety. Lots of easy marks, possibly.
Let's hope. I stumble my way up to one of them. I'm like, hey, which way is... Place my arm on the shoulder. Whoa, okay, too much to drink. Okay, it's a restaurant, and it serves food. Man. Oh, I can't think of where my people... Oh my goodness. And I'm trying to have them, like, spurt out other names, because I don't want to say fishbowl and stuff like that. I want people to say, like a different restaurant or anything, just trying to get them to...
Sure. What? You talking about the Shrimp Shack? Louis? Antonio's?
Sure.
The Gilded Truffle?
Oh, yes, the Gilded Truffle.
Hey, that's down on the other end of the wharf.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. Enough. So if I have advantage, 19, just sleight of hand.
You can have advantage. Not that you need it. Oh yeah.
Other side of the wall. Okay.
You are able to relieve him. Let's see here.
And I start walking the wrong way and go, oh, no, not that way, this way. And then I stumble and pick myself up too, even after I have all this stuff.
Are you gonna try another one?
No, I was just, still going on with I'm drunk and it's going the wrong way, turned around, nope, it's this way, trip over my feet, just so they get something to laugh at.
Okay, so give me a D6, please.
I wish I had a D6. 2.
Alright, and give me a 3D6.
8. 1, 4, and a 3.
So you get his coin purse, and there are 8 gold pieces in it.
There we go. Takes care of my room, takes care of my outfit. Some good to go. And I making my way back to the naughty wizard.
And you do. And when you return, the place it's a little busier than it was before, as more people have begun to like file in for the evening and whatnot. But yeah, there you go. You get back to the inn. You're able to go up to your room, and I think this would probably be a good place to call it for the night.
Cool.
So when we pick up next time, well, let's see, it will either be evening getting ready for bed, or it will be the following morning. We'll see if something happens overnight at that point. Like to keep us on our toes. And yeah, so thank you, viewers, guildies, for joining us today.
Yes, we love it when we get our guildies in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so don't forget, this Sunday we're doing D&D and Me, which is essentially solo D&D without a DM, but there's going to be more than just one player. So be sure to tune in for that this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Lewis, do you have anything you want to plug or shout out before we go?
Well, actually, I want to ask Toasty Cat. I am going to be playing a Gem Dragon, an Emerald Gem Dragon Sorcerer. I need a name, so give me a name. And I will name my Emerald Gem Dragon whatever you tell me to name it.
So, you don't have to figure that out right this second, Toasty.
I said put it in the Discord.
Yeah, you can put it in our Discord if you're not already following our Discord.
Oh, she is.
Well, I'm saying for other people.
Okay.
But, we've been posting a link in chat. I'll post it again real quick. So feel free to join us there. As for me, I have a plug. I'm going to plug my buddy Galaxy, who has recently gotten off of an unwarranted suspension, but I am a moderator on his channel, so if you enjoy Jackbox games, go check him out. He's a lot of fun. It's Galiksi, so it's pronounced Galaxy, but just spelled funny. And that's my plug. So,
Woohoo!
With that, I think we're out of here.
Are we gonna be raiding?
Yes, we're gonna get ready. We're gonna raid somebody, so we'll do that, and then yeah. But thanks for joining us. Have a good night, and we love you.
Yes. Get raidy.